We already drove the Lotus Emeya S, so we could already test its performance. But now we are on a stress test, a 900 kilometers test from Munich to Rome, in the snow, in the cold, in the mountains, without stopping or stopping only if it's necessary. Let's try out if it's possible.
The journey consists in a total of 933 kilometers from the Allianz Arena in Munich to the Stadio Olimpico in Rome. Emeya claims 612 kilometers WLTP range and promises it can cover Amsterdam to Paris, about 500 kilometers on a single charge. So, first step, a wow car. There's no denying, the Emeya is really stunning, and I admit I had fun glancing to the car setting in the opposite direction because everyone, without exception, was staring at it. Flashing lights, honking horns, shouts of wow and other compliments, it's a car that grabs attention in the best way possible. Its design echoes that of the Elettra but with its own unique touches. For example, the front headlights are triple with a dual LED daytime running lights and main lighting units integrated into the bumper. The rear, however, is the standout feature with an active spoiler, a diffuser and a continuous LED lights bar paired with a hidden taillights embedded in a glossy back panel. The second of the 4 LiDAR sensors, the other is nearly integrated into the roof. In our case, the Emeya featured bespoke 21-inch wheels with 6-piston brake calipers and Winton tires. It also comes with an extended carbon package and the carbon fiber in the front diffuser, mirror cameras and several interior elements. Talking about the interiors, the Emeya represents a significant step forward for Lotus, once again drawing inspiration from the Elettra, but with much more practical approach. While almost everything in the SUV is controlled with a large touchscreen display, here a few more physical buttons have been added. For instance, the mirror cameras are adjusted with soft touch buttons on the door panel. The steering wheel has electronic adjustment operated via a lever on the column. The glove box opens with a soft touch button on the central tunnel and the volume control on the steering wheel. It's also less over the top in terms of opulence. While Nappa leather is paired with soft touch white materials, white seatbelts with green and yellow stripes, and velvet Alcantara for the steering wheel. There are a total of 6 touch displays, 2 that replace the side mirrors, the large control screen, the one behind the steering wheel, another for the front passenger, and finally one for the rear passenger, who can adjust audio, climate, and other settings. Which is the real range of the Lotus Emeya S. I left Munich at almost 7 AM and arrived at the Stadio Olimpico in Rome at 4:30 PM, 9.5 hours for 933 kilometers. This is the same amount of time you take with any car, but let's break it down further. A quick note, I picked up the car the day before and instead of being 100%, it was 87%. I used that opportunity to tour Munich with a local guide to find interesting spots to photograph both the city and the car. So I didn't start with a full charge but still made only 2 stops. The first was at the Ionity charging stations at the Brenner Pass on the Austria-Italy border. Located 214 km from the Allianz Arena, I arrived with about 25% battery remaining, aided by Austria's highway speed limits. The second and final stop was the Secchia Ovest service area on the A1 motorway near Modena, Italy. Between the 2 stops, I covered 317 km and still had about 100 km range left when I arrived. Certainly, the downhill terrain of South Tyrol helped save energy, but even with the dual electric motors and impressive power, the Emeya can achieve over 420 km of real-world highway range at 120 and 130 km/h, and even more at 110 km/h. And this was with temperatures below 0 degrees for the most of the trip and winter tires. The final stretch, Modena to Rome, was the longest, 405 km. I confirmed the car's capabilities as I arrived in the capital Italian city with no issues and about 25 km of range remaining. How about the charge? It's not just about range. The 102 kWh battery, despite the car's weight, enables long distances travel. Additionally, the EPA platform on which the Emeya is built is one of the most advanced currently available, supporting an 800-volt architecture. This means the Emeya can charge at up to 350 kW, fully leveraging networks like Ionity and Free2X in Italy, but also Clever in Denmark, for example. Under optimal conditions, the car can recharge 80% in just 18 minutes. However, this quick charge time was only achieved during the stop in Modena thanks to favorable temperatures and Free2X hypercharger stations by Alpitronic, which maintain efficiency even in the cold. Unfortunately, the Ionity chargers at the Brenner Pass didn't exceed 110 kW. the costs. For the 2 charging sessions, I spent €90.58, approximately 675 Danish crowns. The most affordable option remains Ionity thanks to the Ionity passport. That charge cost me €33.58, around 250 Danish crowns, while the second one with free tweaks costs €57, about 425 Danish crowns.